With it being Veterans Day, we had a quick question about the Taliban and the Al-Qaeda flags. All right, we have a question about these flags because if they were being flown in America, people would have something to say about that. There would be no such thing as it's protected by free speech, especially to a huge cross-section of citizens. However, the veterans who went over to fight Nazi Germany, as well as those who are long gone, who fought the Confederacy, which is another losing army, are allowed to have quote-unquote rallies while waving these flags, and a great deal of them have Republican, the Republic Bloods, the red hats on, and they're flying the same flags, and y'all ain't standing up against that. No. You allow those flags to fly from losing nations and don't even say boo to it other than, it's protected by free speech. You think that, no. Whenever somebody's flying the Nazi or Confederate flags at the so-called chosen people, you want to call it anti-Semitic. But when it's coming around Negroids or brown people, y'all talk about it's free speech. So spare us the Happy Veterans Day posts if you're not posting against enemies of the nation. Literally bona fide, clarified, wartime enemies of the nation to fly their flag. See also, the South will rise again. And then on top of it, a great deal of these people keep talking about putting Negroes back in chains. Pete Hegseth's spiritual, whatever, his pastor, reverend, whatever they call him, was talking about slavery's cool. It's totally okay. And ain't none of y'all saying nothing about it. So, and this goes doubly over for the so-called good white people. Because as Sister Soldier said, there's not very many of y'all. And when we talk about y'all being good, we mean y'all got to get on some Jim Brown energy. And if y'all don't know who Jim Brown is, you're missing out on a chunk of history.
Eat.